last week, up to 4 days or so of training up to Sunday, from Sunday all the way to Thursday. And then it's the parents' time. So parents, you're welcomed here to assist. And before we start, just a very, very important advice that you pay very close attention to from the beginning stage, going into Google Classroom all the way to the end, so that it will be beneficial to you. So we want you to get every single piece of information from this. So you're going to pay very close attention to different parts of this workshop as it is, so that it will be so much of a benefit to you and to your students, because at the heart of all of us, we really care for students. That's what we want to do. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to welcome my co-host with me this evening, or co-presenter, Miss Tasheka Winter. She's going to be on with me this evening with the training. So we're partnering today. You're going to hear a little bit more about her and myself. Okay, so let's get started here. As I said, welcome everybody, and this is the Google Classroom for Parents. And the question that we asked this evening is, what is the connection between Google Classroom and the school in itself? Because we're used to the physical environment. So what is the connection with the school? And before we go on, I'm going to ask Ms. Tasheka Winter to introduce herself. Tell us a little bit about herself and her Jamaican connection, because she is from Jamaica, just like all of us. And then I'll share a little bit about myself before we get into the workshop. So Miss Winter, I wouldn't even say welcome, because we're all a part of this going forward with our parents and our students and principals and teachers, educators in general. So introduce yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Dice. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tasheka Winter, and I currently reside in the Bronx, New York. I am an administrative educator, so currently my role is to partner with principals in school and help schools in New York City that will be considered failing schools to thrive and for students to thrive. I also oversee 2 early childhood programs for children years 3 and 4 years old, and a number of other after-school programs for children who are 5 to 12 years old. And so that's kind of my background in the education field. In terms of my background in as far as where I'm from a small country town called Bartons outside of Old Albert in St. Catherine. I migrated to the US as a teenager, a young child actually. So most of my education has been here in the US. However, I felt a need to give back to my country. And so as a result, I decided to be a part of JD10, and have been working with Dr. Dice and others in bringing workshop for teachers. And for the first time today, I'm participating in a workshop for parents. So thank you all, and I hope you guys learn something from us today. And as Dr. Dice said, pay close attention to what we're showing. Thank you, Dr. Dice.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Winter. Very good to have you. And as Ms. Winter said, that she's the director for professional development subcommittee in JDETF, the Jamaica Diaspora Education Task Force. In the Jamaica Diaspora Education Task Force, we have 7 subcommittees, and those subcommittees are directed by certain people that are leading those groups. And we put on a weekly basis, sometimes bi-monthly basis, seminars for teachers and parents, and just to fill the gaps in our system, created by really the movement of people and the growth that we really sometimes don't really expect or anticipate so much of, and so those gaps need to be filled. And that's where we come in the education task force. So the 7 subcommittees, they are governed under us like an umbrella, as it is in the education task force. And then, of course, you have JDTA Network that is over 15 different task forces. So the Jamaica Diaspora Education Task Force is just one. And I can talk very much candidly, great, wonderful work that the task forces are doing. The Behavior Health Task Force is doing a tremendous job with the guidance counselors in Jamaica and the diaspora, and the legal systems too. The legal task force is doing a fantastic job as well, among many others. The agricultural task force partnering with farmers right across Jamaica to provide them with resources and so on. And then, of course, you have other task forces, such as ones with the arts, the artistic people, the other able task force with sign language, and so on and so forth. Okay, and we could go on and on. Now, we partner in the Education Task Force, we partner with the Ministry of Education in Jamaica, as well as the JTA, to provide different functions to the system, the education system. Now, the reason I'm telling you all of this is to invite you parents to become fully a part of the system of education in our country, Jamaica. And I say this to you, which I've been saying this to many parents in America, where I live for the past number of years, for parents to become fully aware of educational opportunities and become fully a part of their students' development. And if you do not become a part of your students' development on a very high level, then those students will not get the proper parental guidance as it relates to educational opportunities and the connection between the parent and the student, or guardian and the student, is very, very important that you take that approach with your students. Now, COVID-19, we'll look on the brighter side with COVID-19. It provides us with the opportunity to reconnect with our students. And I'm speaking from a parent perspective. Reconnect with your students right at home, on your phone, anywhere, and connect with your teachers in a more profound way than just going to the school at a parents-teacher meeting, or meeting your teacher in the grocery store or on the street and say, hey, how is my boy doing or my daughter doing? In this way, you can communicate very well with the teachers. Now, I'm saying this to tell you a little bit about myself. I am from Jamaica. I grew up in a very small community in St. Anne, known as Murray Mountain. It's deep rural community, a farming community. I grew up with my grandparents there in St. Anne, and I've been to Murray Mount Primary and Infant School there, and then to the Abutna Gallimore High School in Alexandra, St. Anne, and then Brownstone Community College. And then I moved on to Catholic College of Mandeville to become a teacher. So shout out to Catholic College of Mandeville teachers and training staff. I am I'm indebted to you guys to train us to become teachers. And then went on to St. Mary's University of Minnesota to earn 2 master's degree, one in teaching and learning, and the other one in educational leadership. And then move on to a doctoral program in St. Thomas University in Miami, and I would say acquire or work hard for a doctoral degree in leadership and management. Okay, and then I work in Florida after working in Jamaica for about 4.5 years in Jamaica. I work in Florida, and now I'm in Washington D.C. working in a charter school. I design programs. One of my latest programs is mentorship program that I'm working with students now in the school, as well as I write and I publish. One of the books that I have out there is To Sing Again. That's the name of the little story. Okay, now apart from that, I speak, so I talk a whole lot to in functions to parents on many different issues with policies in education and the parent and community partnership in order to get students to learn. Okay, this is a part of it, and Miss Winter is totally entrenched in this system where we want you guys to learn in order for your students to learn, and that's where Google comes in. So let's dig into Google Classroom from the scratch. Google Suite, as it is, Google for Education, is a wide range of apps, so to speak. It's many different apps you put together to form the Google Suite. And Google Classroom is one of those apps or online platform. So you can have the app or you can go online and access Google Classroom. And that's where you'll have the work for like assignments. You communicate with your teacher or with and parents and students from Google Classroom. The other one, there are different apps in there is Docs, Slides, Calendar, Google Meet, which is the video conferencing one in the suite. Okay, there are others, but you want to stick to Google Classroom for now. Okay, teachers will go with the other ones to design lessons. The Google Classroom suite components, as I said, these are just the very brief description of each. Google Classroom for communication and assignments, Google Meet for daily video conferencing, so you talk over the video with your teacher, and they will communicate with you instead of being face to face. Google Slides, which is how teachers will create lessons on the slides, and they will show you like it's like a PowerPoint presentation, like what I'm going through with you now. So if you see this flipping around with the slides on your screen, it's very much like the PowerPoint presentation here, the slides. And then you have Google Docs, which is very similar to Microsoft Word. It's a Word document, but it is in Google Drive, that you will go in there and you type on there instead of opening up Microsoft Word. So it's a Word document. And then of course you have the calendar, and the calendar of just like what it says there, calendar will give you different updates of when things are coming up, or when you put things in the calendar to remind you when they're going to happen. Okay, it's very important for students to understand this and abide by it in order not to be late with assignments and know when assignments are coming out. Okay, the other one that is not on here is the Google Drive, which stores everything. So think of your storage house for everything, and you throw everything in there. That like the Google Classroom will drop in there. Google Meet is not really a part of it, but like Google Slides, Google Docs, then you have the Jamboards and all of that will be in your Google Drive. So the Google Drive is like your big house that you store everything in there. All right, why Google for education? Why is this? Why not other platforms? It's an integrated platform, and it's very good for instruction and assignments. It's very good communication between families and school. It's super good. So that's why Google win over every other platform. It's very good. Security-wise, it's very secured, and the security is managed by your school or the Ministry of Education. If you're getting your connection through the Ministry of Education, it might be controlled by your school. If you're creating your own personal account with Google Classroom, it is managed by that person who creates it. Okay, and of course everything is controlled by Google in America. Okay, let's practice. We're gonna practice going through Google Classroom as it is. So if you have a personal device that you want to practice on, you can get it out. And then if you have a tablet, these are your personal devices, tablets, iPads, your mobile phone. If it is smart mobile phone with data on it, then you can download the app. You download the Google Classroom app from the App Store, or if you have an Android system, then you'll have the Google Play on it. Like if you have a Samsung phone or one of those phones, what do you call it, Huawei phone, then it has the Google Play Store on it, or anything like a Nokia or something like that. If you have the Apple phone, then of course you'll go in the Apple Store for it and download. It's called Google Classroom. Your laptop or your PC, which is your personal computer, you can go to Google classroom.google.com. Okay. Icon that is there in green and the orange looking yellow. You'll see that icon once you type in Google Classroom, and you can download the app from there. The app looks just like this on your device. For parents, it looks just like this, and also for teachers or students. It's the same app. If you want to download it, it looks just like this on your phone from the Google Store or Google Play Store on your devices. Okay. All right. Now, what we encourage teachers to do is to use Google Chrome. I wouldn't encourage you to use the app because the app is very limited. As for parents and students, you can use the app because all you need to do is to access your assignments, and you're going to see what they are. You can pull it up on your phone or on your iPad or tablets, and you can complete it from there because you can zoom in, complete, and then zoom back out and look at all the components of your assignment. But for teachers, use Google Chrome browser to access Google Classroom. It has more features and it's wide on your screen, on your computer, and it's very easy to use than the app. Okay, again, go to classroom.google.com to access in Chrome. So you get open Chrome, which is the Chrome browser, and instead of they have a Windows, forgot the name of it now, that is you open, and normally it comes on a Windows computer. You literally have to download Google Chrome browser because the Windows Explorer, it's called Windows Explorer browser is always on your computers, so you want to download Google Chrome browser and use it. The reason I'm stressing it so much is because Google Chrome is more accessible. It opens up more to usage. It's very user friendly to go into Google Classroom than the other browsers. Okay, now once you download the app, then you'll get the notification like this, and it will say that the classroom helps classes communicate, save time, and stay organized. And then it will say get started. You want to click on get started and download it. Okay. All right. Now, once you download it, or you're in Google Chrome, once you pull it up and go to Google or Gmail, you will have a little pop-up like this in the page. It will ask you to insert your email address or your phone number. If you're just going on for the first time, you will have to come down at the bottom here and click create account. Once you click create account, you'll go through a bunch of different steps to create a Google account. And some of those steps include to set up your initiate or create a email address for yourself, as well as a password. And they have certain features that you have to have in your password. And then you'll fill out some security questions, and then you'll get access to your Google account. Now, for parents and for students, your principal or the Ministry of Education in general through your principal, will give you an account such as the email address for the student and password. You want to use those email addresses inserted in here if you get any, inserted in here, or and also when we reach to the email with the password, you want to insert the password here, okay? From the Ministry of Education or from your principal. But let's say you didn't get any and you have a code that you have to use. So you need to have a Google email address, okay? So you want to create the Google email by creating an account, okay? And then, of course, it will take you through the creation. All right, so let's say you have your email address already and your password. So you enter your email address here, then, or if you want to enter your phone number because you already set up your Google email system or account, then you enter your password. The email address that you'll enter looks something like this with Gmail on the back end of it. If it's from your school, it will have .edu on the end of it. And also the school, they call it the domain at something right here. So you'll have your domain, okay? It will have your maybe your first and last name dot in the middle of it, or it might be different. But take a look at the email address that is from your school, or if you set up your Gmail account, then use that email address. The password is you'll have to enter here where it says password once you enter your email. So let me go from the top again. Email address, and once you enter your email address, you click next. Then you go over to your password. It will flip over to the password. Enter your password here, and then click next. Okay, this little I here with a line through it, it will ask if you want to show the password to make sure that you're typing in the correct password. You can click show on it. So you click it and the password here will show. If you don't click it, the password here will look like some dots right across the screen. Okay. All right, let's go to the next slide. Then when you get into Google Classroom, you'll see something looking like this here on your screen, or better yet, let me see, something like that. Okay. But we're gonna get there. Let's talk about this. So in the classroom, you have, once you get your email address and so on, it means that they already assigned it to a classroom. If they haven't assigned it to a classroom and you have your Gmail account, stay tuned. But in the classroom, you have a class code at the top, and we're going to talk about that some more when we get into it. And then you have a Google Meet link here. This is for video viewing, okay? So we're going to talk about those two once we get in there. Remember those, okay? All right. Now, when you download the app for the first time, you're going to be asked to choose whether you're a teacher or a student. If you're a student or a parent will also choose student. So you want to make sure that you choose the correct thing. Because if you're a parent and you choose to be a teacher, it will not let you in. It will say that you entered the wrong information and you'll have to go back again, okay? So parents and students choose student in order to access the Google Classroom from the app. That this is from the app only, okay? All right. Now so this is what Google Classroom looks like when you get in there. And so we're on to the practice, okay? So I'm going to share my screen, my other screen with you guys. If you have a device and you want to log in and follow another device and follow step by step, you can also do so, okay? I'm gonna be on for another probably 5 minutes. And then we'll hand over to Miss Winter, and she's gonna walk you in from the student perspective, okay? So hold on a second. Let me pull up my Google Classroom as it is that you would enter from and show you what it is about. All right, now let me share my screen with you. For someone who is asking if you can log in with the same device on two different with the same email, yeah, you can log in. You can log in on your iPad or your tablet, and then you can log in on your phone as well. All right. So let's go to the sharing. So I'm going to share my email. This is my email system. I sort of hide the emails that I got here. So your emails will pop up right here, and you're in your email. And this is my little picture right up here, as well as everything else that I have on the side right here. Now, what you will see is the emails, all the emails right here. And then if you look at the top right-hand corner over here, you see these 9 little dots here. You click on them, and they'll open up into different apps. You have various apps. For parents and students, if you're going in through your Gmail account, you want to scroll down to the classroom right here. Click on classroom, and it is going to open up in your classroom, in the classroom. So if you're the first time you're entering, and the first time you're entering, you will not see these. You will just see a blank page with some information on there, and you read the information carefully and click accept. You want to click accept in there in order to get to this. Now, let's say you want to join a class. Okay, you see this little plus sign right up here. You want to click on it, and it says join class or create class. For parents, you wouldn't want to create a class. You want to join the class. So if you get a link in your email address, or you get a link from your school, or you get a code, and I'm going to show you what the code looks like in a little while, you can click on join and then enter the code right here, and it will take you straight to your class. Okay? That code that your teacher will give to you. It says ask your teacher for the class code, then enter it here. So you can enter it right there, and then of course join the class will appear up here, highlighted for you to click. Okay, let's say you already have an invitation in your email address right here from the teacher. So you get in there, and the email will pop up right here. You click on it, and it will take you to the class already. Okay, now I want to go in a class, in one of these classes, and I want to show you the layout of the class. Okay, I'm going to choose one of my demos. I have 1, 2, 3 demos. Fifth grade, Mr. Nelson. Okay, let's choose Mr. Nelson's class. Now once you click on it, you have these. Parents, you will see this, and students, you will see this section. Stream, classwork, people, grades. Okay, these will be up here. The parents, I can't remember now, but once we get in the student one, we'll see if the grades are up there still. Okay, but this is what you see. You remember I talked to you. This is the class code right here. It says class code. If you click on this little square, then you will see it pop up really big, and you can enter that in the where it says join with code. You can use this. So if you're a teacher and you want to find out how do I get my students to join my class, give them this code. Give them this code. Okay, you can even copy. It says copy invite link here. If you don't want to copy the code here, you can copy invite link, and the invite link is really a long link that you can enter, and just give it to them. If you're just meeting your students for the first time on Zoom, you want to pull this up just like this right here, or on Google Meet, open this up, teachers, and also you can make it full screen and give it to the students. Tell them to write that down, and every key, look at this. This is lowercase, 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 or common letters. They're all common letters, and this is a number right there. You have to give them specifically that. They cannot put any space in there, and then it will work. Okay? All right, then you close it off, and then you get back to business. Now, this is the front page. Now, you can manipulate anything in here. We're not going to get too much into the teacher rig around here because we want to focus on parents. So, now, parents, what you will see here is all the assignments that a teacher puts up on here, as well as you will see the announcement. So earlier on last week when we were going through with the teachers, we provided these and we put some announcement here, and I said, good morning, students, our class starts at 8:30 a.m. on Monday, October 5th, 2020. So the students will get this notification every time I put a announcement in here. The students and parents will get an email notification that I put something in Google Classroom. So you have to pay attention to your email as well, okay? And then they can comment on it and so on and so forth. All of these, okay? So these are all of them. Now, so this is where you'll find your announcements. You will also find your classwork. You'll also find your assignments, everything. If there's a quiz on there that you're supposed to do, you'll see it right here, students. Now, upcoming events. If you log in, you will also see under here when things are due, under upcoming. You'll see when things are due to turn in, and you have to turn them in on time because it's right there. On your phone, you can access it, on your computer, so there's no excuse really. All right, for classwork for teachers, you can create classwork under classwork here. You click on create, and you can create an assignment. You can create a quiz. You can create a question, just one question, multiple choice or short answer. You can upload materials to your class. Just send them materials, PDF forms or anything for them to use, okay? We're gonna just spend very briefly to show you what it looks like to create, because remember again, this has to do with parents. So assignment, you can put the title here, instructions for students here, and over on this side you put the points that you want it to be graded out of, and you put the due date here. Click on this, you have a due date. And also, if you created topics, you can also create the topic. If it's math, create the topic that it's under. If it's an assignment, which topic is it under? Is it under addition, algebra, anything to do with like measurement, and so on and so forth, metric system, and so on. If it is reading, find the topic that it's under, or create one. You can create a topic, okay? If it's all 5th grade students, or it's different classes that you have in here, you can also assign it to the different class. You can even assign it to specific students. You can assign it to specific students in here, okay? I see many people sign up for it as well, okay? Specific students in here. If you want only one person to get it, you just click off all of these and give it to only one student, okay? We're not gonna assign anything though. Let's close this out and come back here. People, now this is where you see all your students, okay? All your students who are on, okay? And you can also manipulate them. Let's say you don't really want a student in this class because he or she is already in another class for teachers. You can click on their names, right next to their names here. You see where it says actions here? Click on it. It says email the student or remove the student or mute the student. That means they can't participate in the class or see anything that you're posting in there. Okay, so you can manipulate them here. There's some little lines over here, dots over here that you can click on also to email students. Each, you can email each student. If you want to meet with one student and their parents, you can email them from here. Click on email student and it will take you to your email and you just type in the email to them. That's for teachers though, not for teachers. Grades, your grades will appear here. Notice that because these folks didn't turn in the grades, the assignment, it's missing. It shows missing. Missing. Okay, it's not their fault. This is just for this purpose. Okay, so and it's graded out of. So you do not have to create the sheet for grades. It generates it automatically, this sheet. So you don't have to worry about ruling up a paper or creating an Excel spreadsheet to write in grades. It generates it for you once these folks turn in their assignments, these assignments that are placed here. Okay, all right. So that's it from the teacher's perspective. I'm gonna hand over now and stop sharing my screen for a little while here and turn over to Miss Winter, because let me show you something, guys. Miss Winter before she comes on here. Miss Winter is a student in this class. We put her in here. Let me show you Miss Winter's name here, right down here. She is a student in this class, so she's going to walk us through from scratch how parents should log in from the app or from the website and all the way into this classroom here, Mr. Nelson's fifth grade classroom. Okay, so stay tuned for this, how you access it from your perspective, parents and students. Miss Winter.
Okay. So as Dr. Dice mentioned, there's two ways that you could get into the classroom. So this way that I have that I'm showing now is that he sent me an email to join his class. And so if I click on join, it will take me to the landing page in his classroom. Another way that he mentioned before that he went over a couple of times is that he said that you could go to classroom.google.com. When you do that, it brings you to this page. So there's two separate views that you'll see. If you log in through the link, can we turn off the board?
Oh, yes, sorry, yes, we can.
Yeah. If we log in through the
Wait,
link.
1 second.
Sure.
1 second, let me see.
All
All
right,
right,
thank
here we
you.
go.
If you log in through the link that is sent into your email, it's going to take you straight to the dashboard for the classroom. However, if you go through the Google Classroom, it will take you here. As Dr. Dice mentioned, if you do not have a Google account, it will not bring you to a classroom. So prior to you even typing in the classroom.google.com, if you have a Google account, you'd want to log into that Google account, and then it'll take you to this page. If you click on this, it's going to take you to the same thing that I saw earlier. And so we could go through any of them. So again, you could have, if someone send you an email, which is the easiest way, you click on join, and join will allow you to join that classroom. If they did not send you the email and you want to go to the Google Classroom, then you're able to go through there, and then it will show you, it will show you this page. So when you come on this page, it's called the stream. And the stream is basically everything that the teacher posts for the student. And so if there's an assignment that's due, as soon as you log in, you'll see this on the stream. You as the parent or the student can also put something there if you wanted to. There's different ways that you can navigate this platform. So you could click on Classroom, and here the classroom, in the classroom, it shows you all of the assignments that you have. And so, for example, if you do click on addition, it will take you to this page. Whatever the teacher put in the addition classroom. So say, for example, this was an addition and this was the mathematics classroom. Whatever the assignment is in the mathematics classroom, you will be able to see this assignment. Here, you'll see that the assignment said that it's missing. When it says missing, that means that this assignment was sent to me by the teacher and I did not complete it. So if you're a parent and you want to check and make sure your child has completed all of their work, you could then go in here. And as I said, once you click on the assignment, you'll be able to see that it's missing, and you could ask them why they haven't done the assignment, and then they could do it there. Here, you could click on attendance. So teachers take attendance in different ways. Some teacher will say that the only way that I'll take attendance is if you type in here that you're present. And so for me, it says that answer the question so that I know that you're here. Right now in here, there's no question, but I could probably put in my name. And then once I put in my name, I turn it in. And here it says you won't be able to make changes to the answer, so submit. And so I turn it in, and now my attendance is recorded. And it said I turned it in late. I guess he had a deadline for that assignment. However, this is what it will show as a student going in. So again, parents, when you log in, it's very important. You go to Classwork, and in Classwork, you can see what the works are for the different classroom. And then when you click on it and you go in, it'll show you what work was given. And if there's work given every single day, it will show whether it's missing, whether they turn it in on time or they turn it in late. And so for the attendance, as you could see in this classroom, it showed that the assignment was turned in, but it was turned in late. In addition, it showed that the assignment was missing. And then in the measurement classroom, it also showed that it's missing. So this is a good way for you as a parent to support your child and figure out what they're doing and what is needed within the classroom. In terms of people, if you click on people, it basically tells you who the classmates are. Dr. Dice didn't get a chance to go over it because this is for parents and not necessarily teachers. However, the teacher can create a access for guardians or parents, and that's where you will show up. So here you see teachers, here you see classmate, and then there would be another category that would be for guardians. So therefore, you're separated and you're differentiated from the student, because the goal is that if the teacher is inviting parents or guardians to view their students' work, they want to separate you from the student. And so here you would see another level that say guardian, that show you're not a student, but you're a guardian who's visiting the classroom. Other ways that you could go through and you could navigate Google Classroom to follow up is to go here through the main menu. If you click on classes, again, it shows you all of the classes. For right now, we only have one, but most students will have, depending on how many classes they have, a number of different classes. And so you could decide which one you want to click on. If you look on the to-do list, this is a good way and an easy way to look at, get a broad overview of what your child have. And so here you could choose, for example, when you come to the page, you could choose all classes. If you choose all classes, it will show work that was assigned to the student for them to do and turn in. Right now, Dr. Dice didn't assign any work to me specifically, so you won't do it. You also have the option, if, for example, you know that your child struggle with math, so that is a class that you're concerned about, that is one that you want to follow up on. We're going to say that 5th grade Mr. Nelson is the math class. You would click on that, and then if there's an assignment, it will show here. If your child did not do the assignment and it's missing, you would click on missing, and then we'll show you. So for me, here it shows that last week I didn't miss any assignment. However, earlier today I missed one. And so you could click on the one to figure out what date did it miss, and it was September 16th. Assignments that are done, it will show it here. And so it'll give you an overview of the assignments that were done. So far I haven't done any assignments early. And so it will show you that. So it will show you that I only turned in the attendance assignment. However, I did it late. I did not do anything early. And right now I have no assignments with due dates. And then here will give you kind of an overview of what was done. This is a good way to monitor your children, especially children that we have that are working independently. Again, you may be at work and he or she is home by themselves. When you get home, you ask them, did you do your work today? They said, yes, I did it. And so therefore you could say, okay, I'm gonna pick up the computer, I'm gonna log in, and this is a way that you could check and monitor what they've done. This is also the way that the teachers will be tracking them, so you'll kind of get an overview of what is happening here. One of the other things that I think is good that you should access as parents in the classroom is the calendar. And so if you click on the calendar will show you the upcoming assignments that your child has. And so for the 5th of October, these were the assignments that they have. If you notice, for the rest of the week, they were not assigned any assignments. However, most of the teachers will assign them an assignment, and it will then appear on their calendar what time the assignment is due and the date that it's due. So it's very important that, again, you click on these when you're in the classroom, you click on these 3 lines, and then when you click on the line, it gives you different things. So the first one, again, is classroom. And if you click on classroom, it allows you to go into the classroom. And you just double click and it takes you in the classroom. You're in the classroom and you can see what's happening. The stream in the classroom is one of the most important board for you to see, because every assignment they have, you will see here. So for example, most classes, some teachers have live classes. So if your child is supposed to log on for school at 8 a.m. every morning, when they log on, the teacher will be able to put messages to say, okay, we'll be working from 8 a.m. to 8:30. You'll log off and you'll work independently, and then your next class is at 9 o'clock. You want to see what they're doing in the next class at 9 o'clock. There are times when there's readings that the teachers are going to give them to do, and all of those things will be posted here on the stream. So it's very important for you as a parent to learn to check the stream to see. And I say that because I've seen a number of children who says, you know, I don't have any work to do. I didn't get an assignment. However, when you log in, you are able to see that they had things that were assigned to them and things that were due to them. Back in the classroom. So the other thing that Dr. Dice talked about was the class Google Drive. And so you're able to access the Google Drive from here. And right now we have nothing on the Google Drive. However, most teachers will put their videos. So if they want to send a YouTube video, if they want to send a reading material, if they want to put anything for the class, it will be on the Google Drive. So you want to make sure that you are able to access the drive, you know how to open it, and you know how to look at files. There are times where mostly middle and high school, the teachers may ask the student to upload an assignment to the drive. So they'll give them directions. You're going to go into the Google Drive, you're going to upload it to the folder, and here is where they would upload it for the classroom to the Google Drive. And again, if you're in classroom, you could access the drive. You could also access the Google Calendar, and then you could get a big overview of what is happening for the next month. In terms of archive class, this is not necessarily important, but this is if you had a classroom and you decided, the teacher decided they don't want to use it anymore, or you're now moving into the new semester, the teacher will archive the classroom and they'll put it here. And you would be able to access it if you need new things, but those are not necessarily for the parents. So the important thing for parents to know is you need to know how to log in. So one more time, I'm going to go through it really quickly. Again, one of the easiest way is to ask the teacher to send you an invite. You get an invite and you're able to go to the classroom. When you get to this page, this is the stream page, review it and see all of the posting that they put there, because this will give you an idea of what to expect next. After you look at the stream, you could go to the classwork and you'll see all of the different assignments that are there, and you could click on the assignments to see what is there. And when you click on the assignment, it'll tell you what it is. It will tell you if they're missing or if they're not missing. Also, if they ask to submit an assignment, you're able to submit it through the folders. And so if the teacher gave them a work and tell them to do something and said you have to do it in Microsoft Word and then you have to upload it, they'll be able to, as they're typing in, they'll be able to post, and here you could post straight to the classroom. And it also gives you the opportunity to upload from here. And again, this is how you're able to see the people who are in the classroom. So the teachers have more of a different view, as Dr. Dice show. However, with the parents, these are the different things that you should know. And then for me, if I want to look at my work as a student or as a parent, I could just view my work and it'll show me what I've done. So again, I'm missing all of these assignments and I've only turned in one assignment. And so it gives you an idea of how to view the assignments. Dr. Dice, is there anything else you think I should cover for the parents?
No, you have done very well. The person who is writing on the screen needs to stop. Or persons. No, that's fine. You have done very, very well.
Okay, so I will stop sharing now. And I believe we're going to open up for Q&A.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna open it up. Guys, those of us who are making life difficult for us by writing on the screen, it's not cool, okay? It's very much not cool. Okay, now let's go over to some questions that we have. Thank you, Miss Winter. Excellent job there. Can the child stop writing on the screen? That's a distraction. That's what somebody put in the chat. But let's go over to some questions here. How do you access the assignments? How do you access assignments? And Miss Winter just went through that one, how you access assignments. Now, the video for this one is going to be up. We're going to send you a link later on. As soon as we're finished, maybe tomorrow, we'll send you later on tonight a link to access this. So wherever you got the information from to come on this evening, those people will send you the information. Or you just need to go on jdton.org later on, maybe tomorrow, and you can access the link for this recording again. And just stay tuned to jdton.org. Go ahead, Miss Winter.
So I think a couple of people were asking how do they attach a document and how do they submit a work. And so I am going to try to go back in and do that and show again. So as you see, when you come in here, say for example, we go into the math. Got it. In here is where you are putting your work. So here it says your work you could add or create. And so therefore it gives you a number of different ways that you could do it. So if you did your work on, say, Google Drive, you could click on the drive and it's gonna take you to, you could click on recent, you could click on upload. So as you can see, I have a number of things on my recent drive. And so I would click on the assignment that I want from my drive if the assignment is saved on my drive. If the assignment is saved on my computer, then I would click on files. It will still take you to the Google Drive again. However, this time I would click on upload. And when I click on upload, it will allow me to browse through my computer and I could find whatever it is that I'm looking for that I want to upload here. The other way that you could do it is, for example, if you're sending a link. So, if you're sending a link, so you created something, you put it on YouTube and you want to send a link to your teacher, then you could put the link here. Once you are done uploading whatever it is that you upload, you would mark as done. And then this would notify the teacher that this child submit the work. If you submitted the wrong thing, which I've done before when I'm trying to submit my niece's work with her, you could unsubmit this work and click here, and it will allow you to make changes to the attachment. And then it's now not marked as done anymore, and you have to resubmit. So that is how you could submit work. And again, you could add anything. You could create a doc. So I think someone else asked how they could do Google Slides. So if, for example, you have to submit a work and it needs to be done in Google Slide, you click on Slide or create it in a Google Slide, and it will allow you to now work directly in Google, create the slide, and then you could send the slide to your teacher or whoever needs to get it. So though, as Dr. Dice mentioned, there's a lot of great things that you could do in Google. It's a very excellent platform because here you could literally make everything you need, and then you would click share, and then you're sharing it with the people that should get it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay. Yes. Let's see if we can go here. Okay. We're gonna, for those of us who are raising hands, we're gonna go over to you, take a few of them, and then we come back to the chat to see other questions. Keep on dropping your questions in the chat, as well as if you want to raise your hand. So we're gonna go over, and between Miss Winter and myself, we'll get some answers to you. So the first person is Miss Ava Tomlinson. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. Just wanted to point out to you, sir, as I learned this evening as a parent, where you pointed out to us that there is a code that the teachers would send to us. On your screen, we could see that code. But usually for us as parents and students, we can't see the code. So we can share it as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it. As a parent, you wouldn't see it. You would just get a code, and you have to set up your Gmail account. Or if they send you an email address from the ministry or the school, then you log in with the email address first, and then you will click on join the class and enter the code itself. But you will not see the code in the classroom.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're pointing that out, because you'll never see it. Only the teacher will see everything. Okay. All right. Let's choose Miss Kelly. I don't want to say the first word there. Let's go over. Miss Kelly, you can unmute yourself. I don't know why you put her name in to come on here. It's very educational.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
I'm
please.
sorry, guys. Good night. First of all, I'm getting a Odita.
What's your name?
Odita.
Odita. All right, I'm gonna change your name. Go ahead. Ask your question, please.
I get the email address from about that Gallimore, but
oh, that's my past school. Yes.
Okay. I get the email address from the school, but I didn't. I tried several times and I did not get through. Either the password as well.
You have a password and the email address?
Right, and the email address is wrong because I'm trying it because I don't get it.
Oh, maybe while you enter it, what did they say? Enter it. Did they give you little step-by-step instructions to enter it in Google Classroom or in my email?
Well, I did it with my last son and I get everything, but my first son is not getting through.
Okay, so you need to contact the school then.
Okay, no
contact
problem.
the school
Thank
so
you.
that they troubleshoot. Yeah, very good. It's good that you have a son to compare it with.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go with, who is that now? Krishmar Chamber. Miss Chamber or Mr. Chamber? Krishmar Chamber. Unmute, please. You can unmute. Miss or Mrs. Chamber, please unmute. Krishmar Chamber. Ask your question, please. Thank you.
Can I unmute someone that have their hand up? Because I don't think you know.
Oh yeah, but the
chamber. One question on the screen on the platform. Can you get Google Classroom on Amazon tablet?
Certainly, you can get it on any system.
And if they're having issues with the tablet, because some of the tablets that are issued by the school block certain things, then they should go through the Google browser and use the browser to access Google Classroom, because there are some tablets that are given by the schools that will block you from downloading an app. And so if you're not able to download the app, you will have to use the browser and go through the browser. So use your tablet as if you were using a computer.
Yes.
Shamari Kaur, I'm going to unmute you. I see your hand up. If I could. I don't think I can. Try to unmute yourself. I can't unmute.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, yes. Good night, Mr. What's your name, Mr.
Core.
Right. All right, go ahead, please.
Right. My question is pertaining to the submission of work done. When the teen icon it carries to another page and it asks us a whole bunch of stuff, and then the teacher saying they're not seeing it. But on our screen is saying submitted, but the teacher say is not seeing it. So I don't know what's that.
Oh, that's kind of strange. Did you click submit?
I'm in the classroom right now.
Mm-hmm. So did you click submit and make sure that it is submitted?
Right, it said submitted, but the teacher is saying he's not seeing it. Because I call him on the cell phone and he says he's not seeing it. But on the classroom, it says submitted. And
you use the app to submit it?
Yes. Well, it was in the stream at the front of the classroom.
Right.
Did the work there, and then there was an icon to share. Click the share, and it carries on a whole different page with email address and one whole heap of confusion.
Oh, you know what you do? Try using Google Chrome. Go on Google Chrome and see if you get a better result. Okay?
As in the Chrome browser?
The browser, yeah.
All right,
try the browser.
That's what I'm using.
That's what you're using?
It's not. I'm not using the app.
Go ahead.
After you submit the work, do you then go in and mark it as done? Because one of the things is that after you submit it, if you remember a couple minutes ago, I showed you how to mark it as done. So you have to submit it and mark it as done, because if it's not marked as done, they may not be able to see it.
Oh, so after you submit it, you have to mark it as done.
Mark it as done, yes. And then it will populate to the teacher. So try that route. That should work.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, let's go over to somebody else. Guys, please put your regular name on there. Miss Reynolds, is that Miss Reynolds? All right, go ahead, Miss Reynolds, unmute. Somebody is crazy. I really don't know. Go ahead, please, Miss Reynolds.
Good evening. Cherise. Question here. Yesterday, teacher sent a file for my daughter to do her classwork, but I couldn't access it in on the stream page. For me to find it, I had to go in Classroom and then go in Google folder for me to see the document.
Okay.
And we couldn't do the work on there because it was supposed to be done there. So how do I access that? If you understand.
So did the teacher tell you that the work have to be uploaded back to the folder? Because
it was supposed
what you may have to do is go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what you may have to do is that if they uploaded the work to the folder and not to the stream, you'll have to do the work on your computer and then go in and upload your work back to that computer. And something that we should keep in mind is that the teachers are learning to also use Google just the same. So some of them may sometimes mistakenly put an assignment in a folder instead of putting it on the screen page or assign it in the classroom page where the work is. And so what you should do is reach out to the teacher, let them know that the work did not appear on the stream, it appeared in the folder, and if that's where they want you to upload the work for the child. But you may have to do the work on your hard drive and then upload it to the Google folder.
Oh, but I mentioned it to her and she was saying something about download it, but I don't understand how to do that. So could you guys show us how to do that, please?
Dr.
Yeah,
Dice,
I
you
could
want to
put,
show how to download, or you want me to do it?
yeah, let me put, you could go ahead and do it. You have a document in there that you can pull out, or I can upload something.
You could upload something and then I'll download it and show them.
All right, cool. Okay.
And I could
Yeah.
answer the other question in the meantime.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. So,
You're welcome.
so I see a lot of folks that they're using a number of different devices and they're not able to download the app. As I mentioned, if you're not able to download the app, sometime it could be that if your device is full, you're not going to be able to download the app. So you may have to delete some app and things that you have on your device, whether it's a phone, a tablet, an iPad, and then try to download the app because it is a large app. So it will take up a lot of space. One of the easier things that you could do is go through the Google browser. So again, you could download Chrome as a browser on your device, and then you could go through the Chrome browser to get to Google Classroom, or just open it like you're doing a regular internet search and go that way. It's a little bit harder because it's harder to see because you're looking at a computer on now a very small screen, but that's probably the best way that you'll be able to access it if the app is not working. Dr. Dice, were you able to put it in a folder?
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not in there yet. I'm getting it there.
Okay. All right, no problem. And then for the people who are asking about Zoom and Google Classroom, so most teachers do not use Google Meets as their platform for their live communication. They will use Zoom as their live communication platform. However, they still have to upload your work on Google Classroom. So the assignment that the kids have to download, they have to type, whatever work they have to do will be uploaded through Google Classroom. However, they may put in your Google Classroom a Zoom link, which will take you to their live sessions. And because not everyone is familiar with Google Meets, and Zoom is an easier platform to use. Zoom is also a platform that allows you to have multiple people on it. You could do breakout rooms and things such as that, which you may not be able to do in Google Meets, which is why they may decide to use Zoom. And so again, your assignments will always be on Google Classroom. However, your live sessions where the teacher is teaching the class will more than likely be on Zoom if they're using both platforms.
Okay, so I put it up there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's addition. It's under the addition tab.
So
yeah.
Let me go back. Never mind. Okay. So in the classroom, under classwork, so you go in the classroom under addition. Here is something that Dr. Dice uploaded, which the teacher will probably upload to. You would click on it, and when you click on it, it gives you, you could either open it in Google Docs or you could download it. And so it's up to you, whichever one you want to do. I'm going to open it in Google Docs. And if I open it in Google Docs, I could now type into it. I could do whatever I need to do with this work. One of the other things that I could do is I could download it from here, and I could turn it into a Microsoft document. And so if I turn it into a Microsoft document, I could then work on it. And then when I'm done working on it, I could save it. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. So now I have it as a Microsoft document. And again, as I said, you could save this to your computer. And so I'm gonna save it, come on. It's not saving, but it's there in my document. If I wanna go back into the classroom, so now if I want to submit this assignment to, what does this say? Okay. So here I viewed the assignment that, that he sent to me, but I want to now send it back to him, the assignment that he uploads. So I would add it. I would go to my drive. Say, for example, if I had it, because now this work is saved in my drive now, and I edit it in my drive. I would click on it. And now I'm attaching it, and then I'll turn it in. And it says turn in, and I turn it in. So now it's turning in. And it's already submitted. And so now Dr. Nelson have this assignment from me because I already turned in, and it showed that I turned it in late, even though I turned it in. And these are the things that were done. And again, it's done late, but it has been done.
We really need to fix the annotation.
Yes.
There are some inappropriate people on here.
Yeah. So the question is that Google Classroom, can it be accessed without data or Wi-Fi? No, it cannot. You will need access to internet in order for you to access the Google Classroom.
Okay. All right, let's go. We're gonna go with a few more. We have to close in about 7 minutes. So let's go. Miss Lewis, Miss Keisha Lewis, you can unmute, ask your question.
Yes.
Go ahead, please. What's your question?
No, I wasn't asking a question.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Miss Tina Camp, ask your question, please.
Good night.
Tina Camp, ask your question. Yes, good night.
Sometimes when you're editing within the various applications, the work, you've completed an entire page and it says edited, you see the file, you come out and go to turn in, you go back, it's not there. The following day, you do about the work and then you submit, but then the following day, the one that disappeared reappears. How do we stop that?
That sounds like something with your drive and your internet service. So what I would recommend is that unless you have to do the work on the drive, it's always best to download it, do it on the computer, and then upload it back to the drive. Because again, Jamaica is a place where internet is spotty, and so therefore a lot of times you may not, your work may not upload as fast because of the internet service. So I would recommend doing it, downloading it, doing it on a Microsoft Word, Excel, Power, whichever form you need to, that works best for you, and then upload the work back to the drive so that you'll always have it saved on your computer hard drive, and then you upload it back to the drive and you could submit it. But it sounds like internet glitches.
It does, it does. All right, thank you for your question. For those of us who are asking if Google Classroom can be used on Amazon Fire, the Fire tablet, or any tablet of the sort, yes, it can. You can download the app on there. You can also download the app for Google Chrome, and you can access it through the browser. So yes, you can access Google Chrome, Google Classroom from Google Chrome. You can also access it from the app itself. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And then the question coming up in the chat is, can Microsoft Word documents be uploaded in Google Classroom? Yes. You could upload any Microsoft document. You could upload PDF document. All you have to do is upload it to your Google Drive, and then you could pull it from there. But as I also show, it gives you the option of uploading it directly from your computer. You just have to know where on your computer you save stuff. So one of the things you have to make sure when you're saving a document, you look in where you're saving. Are you saving it in My Documents? Are you saving it to your downloads? Are you saving it to your desktops? There are many different ways that you could save a document. So you want to make sure you know where you save it. So when you go to upload it, you can find it in that particular folder. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused, because if you download a document and you work on it in download, but you didn't know that, you'll go to documents or your desktop looking for it and it will not be there. So you have to make sure you look what folder you save the document in.
Right. Excellent. Yes. For those of us who are asking if we can use another email address instead of a Gmail email address, you can use it if you have the code, if you have the login code or the link. So let's say you have a Yahoo email address, and the teacher or principal sends you the login code for Google Classroom, you can access it through there. But I would suggest you have a Gmail account, because those two, they're family. The Google Classroom is a family of Gmail. It's in the same system, and it works best with the same systems. It's just like pairing two different devices from two different systems. So we use what works best for the system. Just like how we're telling you to use Google Chrome to browse, is the same way you want to use a Gmail account, okay? But you can use a Yahoo account or a Hotmail or a Live account or AOL account or some other ones, okay? The school email, if you're working in a school or you have a .edu account, the domain, you can use that as well, or government.gov, you can use in there. All right, let's take a few more, Ms. Winter.
They're asking if you could show them how to download the Google Chrome or the Google Classroom to their laptop.
Oh, okay. All you need to do is to go, well, Google Chrome to your laptop. I'm not gonna go back on to share the screen, because we have some ill-mannered people who are writing on the screen, and we're gonna fix that for the next Google Classroom for Parents, the next one that is coming up in a short while. We're gonna fix that for this evening. I don't know what's happening to the annotation, but we're gonna share when we can share, so that we can stop some people from writing on the screen. In order to download it though, you'll have to go in your regular browser. So you can go in a Window Explorer browser and type in Google Chrome, and then the few search options that pop up or show up there, you look for one that says download Google Chrome, and you click on download and follow the instruction. It's very simple to download it. There's a little option that will pop up at the bottom of your screen in your download manager, and you click on it and it will take you to the download. Now, if you're downloading it from Google Play Store or the App Store, you just need to go in there and type in Google Chrome and download the app itself, similar to how you will download any other app from there. So we'll show you that one just for courtesy the next time we meet online, when we can further control the movements of people's fingers on the screen. Okay, sorry for those who will have to go through the suffering for that. But you can ask, anybody will tell you to download it, the Chrome. All right, let's take Haley's mom. Somebody call herself Haley's mom. You can unmute yourself, please, and ask your question.
Hi, good night.
Good night, Haley's mom.
I have two questions. I am not currently living in Jamaica with Haley, but Haley is being overseen by another mother that has a student as a child in the same classroom. Is it possible that both of us could gain access to Haley's assignments?
Yes.
And another question. can I download the Google Classroom from the Play Store opposed to getting it from Chrome?
Yeah. You can access it through by the app. You can access it, or you can go through Chrome. It doesn't matter. You can access it from anywhere. Yeah.
I noticed
that would be very good.
I noticed that you emphasize downloading it through Google Chrome. Is there any difference in speed, or is there any difference with downloading it through Google Chrome or Play Store?
No, there's no difference. As a matter, if you're gonna download the app, I would suggest you go through the Play Store, because it's easier to just type it in the Play Store and get it, rather than going online and going through a lot of different directions to get it. So go through, if you're downloading the app, go through the Play Store, if it's an Android system or Windows.
Okay, I just downloaded the app, and I am at a point of I am being asked to present a passcode, a class passcode.
Oh, yeah, that's the code we talk about. The 6 or so characters that you enter. So you will have to get that from the teacher, and you enter it in there, and you have free access to go in there. And those who are Haley's living with in Jamaica, they can also access it as well. So you both, any number of people can just access it to look at your information.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Miss Winter?
I mean, there's a question coming in repeatedly about, could we show them how to upload a Microsoft document?
You're gonna have to wait until the next one.
And if you re-watch this video, the demonstration I did earlier will show a little bit of how you could upload a video. But we will get some tutorials out there, video clips of how to upload to Google.
Okay, all right, let's go. We're gonna take about 2 more questions. Miss Johnson, I think your name is Fayon Johnson. Miss Fayon Johnson, go ahead with your question, unmute.
What about Brianna Fickleton?
Oh yeah, we could go there, yes. All right, go ahead. Miss Brianna Fickleton, go ahead, please.
Right, Brianna Frickleton here.
Yes.
My kids are using borrowed devices. If and when I purchase device for them, will it create a problem for them connecting to log on to the email address that is sent to them by the ministry? Should it be a problem?
No, all you have to do is make sure that you log out of the current device that you're on, log out, close out the account, and then just download the Google Play app, or if you're using the Chrome, log back in using the passcode they send, the email address, and you should be fine.
Okay, thanks much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I think this is a guy. Let's take in one guy here, Chris McCoy. Chris McCoy, you can unmute, I think, if you're...
Yeah, good night.
Yes, good night, sir. Good to see your father on here.
Yeah, I have a problem. I have an iPad at home, and each time I try to download the Google Classroom, it says it's not compatible for this device. So I'm wondering if the iOS on it can create a problem, or if it's too old to do that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that's possible.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, so I definitely have to get a different one then.
Yeah, or upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upgrade the system.
Or use the browser, right?
You can use the browser.
Oh, yes, you can use the browser. Good one.
You can use the browser
That's
to go
the Chrome browser, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Kimon. You can use the browser if the app is not coming through. Use the browser. That will be a better fix right there. So you don't need to get a new device.
Okay,
but you should also go through and upgrade your system, because more than likely if you upgrade it to the newest iOS, you should be able to download it. You probably haven't upgraded it.
Well, I was trying to update it, but it already keep on saying it's updated already. So I don't know if it can pass the 9.1, which it is at now, because the Apple is at now, I think is 14. So I don't know if that system, that's what I was trying to understand, if it can update to the 14, because
no,
Apple, it's not going to be going to that yet.
No,
if you have an older iPad, yeah, it won't. So you may just have to use the browser for now.
Okay.
And you might need to invest in another one soon, because that is going to be outdated too.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah. That's how it works.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, all right. Final question here. Let's take a last one here. Miss Winter, choose somebody. There's so many.
Yeah, it's so many people. Let me see. Someone with the Galaxy S10, that's what's showing up on my screen.
Oh, Galaxy S10. Galaxy S10, can you unmute, please? Ask your question.
Or Kayla Brown.
Kayla Brown. Unmute, Kayla Brown.
You're unmuted, Kayla. You could speak.
Okay, good night.
Good night to you.
With the Zoom, not so much the Google Suite, the Zoom. Is it a case that one teacher has to change a code daily in order for a child to access class? Because I'm having that problem with one of my child. I have twins. One is capable of going in straight with one password and one, whatever you call that thingy there. But one is not able to. Each day of every session, or sometimes you log in and then after that in the middle it cuts off, and then they have to add in another code. So one child knows her code and her password, while the other one every morning they put in another. Is that normal?
So Zoom have different features. You have the professional feature, which allow you to have unlimited time in the classroom. And then you have the free feature, which give you a certain amount of time, I believe like 40 minutes, and then it cuts you off. Maybe the second teacher is using the free account, which give her a limited amount of time. And that's the reason why she has to use different codes and keep doing that different codes, because she's using the unpaid account. However, if you use the paid account, that's the one where the other teacher may be using, it gives you a longer time. So it's just about the level of Zoom that they're using. And it sounds like the second teacher is using the free account, which only give you about 30 to 40 minutes, and then it cuts you off.
But the thing is they attend the same school.
But the school may not be the one purchasing Zoom. So one of the things that, I mean, I don't know about Jamaica, but one of the things that I know here happening in the States is that sometimes the school purchases it for the entire school and sometimes they don't. And the teachers take it up on themselves and purchase their own Zoom account because it's easier for them to do it. So what you could follow up with the school to see if they have a Zoom account that they'll give this teacher to use, but more than likely the teacher is using a private account.
Okay.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have to change the number.
The password every day.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to. They should just use the same number.
We have no access. Sometimes we can never log in. When we do log,
just if you can tell the teacher to contact us so that we can talk to him or her to just settle at one code, you know. We need
because they keep saying they have to change the the password or the code for I can't remember the word to say. But anyway,
or the link.
One child is getting frustrated because every morning that child have to go.
Yeah. They could use a recurring link
on the computer and type in everything, and gone to school.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. I hope somebody needs to get in touch with that teacher and tell them to stop it. Just stop. Stop creating links.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Dr. Dice, can we repeat where they could get access to the recording? A number of them asking that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Winter.
No, I don't. Where is it that they'll get it?
Same link.
All right. So the
the same link. Okay.
Yes.
So if you use the same link, which is geminars.org, and you go to the page, the recorded will be uploaded to that page and you'll be able to access it. I believe we also have recordings that we've done with the teachers from last week, so you may be able to look at it and get an idea of how the teachers create the classroom and what it looks like on their end.
So it's geminars.org.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, geminars.org. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Where you will access the link for this evening's meeting that you can go over and watch again is geminars.org. O-R-G. Geminars.org. It's in the chat, guys. Geminars.org. So tomorrow you can go and watch again on JD10 platform. If you're missing geminars.org, you can just go on jd10.org and scroll down until you see the Google trainings for teachers or for parents, and you can access it there. Okay. All right, everyone, there will be another one like this coming up next week for parents. Stay tuned for that. Look out for it from your teachers, or if you want to sign up in the JD10 network to join one of our task forces, you'll get readily available information as soon as they come available. You can just get those. And then you won't have to go through anybody else. Information will be at your fingertips. So go on jdtan.org and sign up for one of the task forces, join a task force, and you can get information. If it's in the education task force, wonderful. We welcome you all as part of the education task force membership, and you'll get our Geminars on a regular basis, as well as anything else, well, conference that we have in the making. The next conference is the Early Childhood Conference that is coming up on November 4th and 5th, and it's in collaboration with Catholic College of Mandeville. Is putting on the Early Childhood Conference on those dates, November 4th and November 5th, 2 days of workshops for early childhood, as well as other educators who want a refresher in their system of education. Okay, stay tuned for that. Next week, Sunday, we have 2 Geminars coming up with, of course, Miss Winter here. Her team is putting on a Geminar for parents, again with partnerships with the school, as well as we have a Geminar from one of our friends in the Middle East, Dr. Miguel Barker is putting on a Geminar for assessments in the distance learning environment. So assessments, or you complete assessments, or you assess students in the online platform. And that's coming up on Sunday, 3 p.m. Jamaica time, and then 4 p.m. Miss Winter here. Miss Winter, give us a little overview of the Geminar next week.
So we've done part 1. This is part 2 of the Geminar, and we're basically going to have experts in the field of education talking about how parents could partner with the school, how the school could partner with different resources. So I know a number of people talk about the school not having access to Wi-Fi, to tablets. So we're going to talk about how you could support your school with getting people to donate these things. And then we also will have someone talking about how you partner with the Alumni Association. So people such as ourselves who've migrated abroad, how do you get us more involved in the work in Jamaica so that we could support for a successful country? So going to be a great dialogue, great communication. So look out for the link to join it. It'll be a great discussion.
Yes. That's very good. So stay tuned. We have quite a few things going on for all of you, parents and students and teachers and principals and everybody. Also, I will be on, what is it called now, Kimon? The radio station tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Jamaica time to talk about a little.
Yeah.
Huh?
Let me tell you, I'm checking right now.
Okay. 105 FM, got the first part, 105 FM, to talk about the education task force and how we're assisting people right across Jamaica to fill the gaps right across the diaspora, not just in Jamaica, but across the diaspora to give back, but also to make sure that we're giving back in purposeful ways to help people, because it's people first, okay?
Yeah, it's 105 at 8 a.m., right?
Yes. Oh, so it's yeah,
the Richie B morning show.
So I'll be on Richie B's morning show tomorrow morning to talk about the Education Task Force initiatives. Okay, so stay tuned at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning on the Richie B Talk Show. It's the Edge 105 FM tomorrow morning. Thank you, parents and students and teachers, principals who have been on here, other people who have been on here from the Ministry of Education and the JTA. Thank you so much for being a part of us. We're very grateful to have you as partners, parents and teachers. And stay tuned for our Jaminars to support all of you coming up on Sunday as well as next week. Stay tuned for more Google stuff. We're calling them Google stuff. Okay?
Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Yes. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.